He's not the hero we need, but the hero we deserve. And today, we'll be doing an overview of Queen Studios' 1/3 scale The Dark Knight. This version here is the premium edition. In this video here you see the outer box, the inner box. Fortunately the outer box did its job, the shipper. Protected the inner box from tears or anything else. And of course the styrofoam itself did a wonderful job protecting the statue, the base, and all of the pieces. You've got some Velcro straps actually keeping the styrofoam case held together snugly and tightly. The edition that I received was number, I believe it's 242 or 247 out of 700. I can't quite tell thanks to the handwriting. Fortunately, this edition size is actually 500 for worldwide release, but there was an extra 200 release for the rooted hair premium version that was released in Asia. So overall, it is an edition size for the premium edition of 700. Now inside the box here you can see the statue itself, again 3rd scale, the base, the cowl head, and then inside the black box is actually the rooted hair of the unmasked Christian Bale portrait. It did come in 3 editions. So there was the regular edition, which is with everything you see here, but the uncovered Christian Bale head sculpt. The premium edition then came with everything plus the Christian Bale unmasked head sculpt, but with sculpted hair. And then you've got the premium edition, which is shown here, again with that black box holding the covered rooted hair Christian Bale. The weight on the actual Batman head is actually pretty hefty, and the reason why is the head is actually made of polystone for the head and also for the body, so it does have some decent weight. As you can see here, it's a good painting. I think a lot of the shots that you see on the net are shot from, say, phones or something with some poor vocal lengths. So actually, when you have your camera, and in this case I actually shot mine with an iPhone, have it in the horizontal angle, it doesn't elongate or stretch the head. You can see in some of the later shots when I try to do a more of a vertical shot, it seems to stretch the head just a tidge. But otherwise, the paintwork, for the lips, the mouth, even up close is very well done. The eyes are nice and glossy. There's definitely a good. He's very well represented. You can definitely tell it's Christian Bale. I think personally they did a great job. I know for some of the hardcore Batman fans, I think somebody had read in a forum that there's something wrong with the neck sculpt. But to me, I don't know the Dark Knight costume by heart or anything, or know every centimeter of it, but to me it looks movie accurate. Now, and here is the left arm, and as you can see here, the detailing of the underglove, the knuckles, the gauntlet itself, along with those blades, are very well done. If there was one piece that could be a little fragile, it would be those blades. I could definitely see that if it were to fall on the floor, if the arm were to be disconnected, that'd be definitely one thing I'd be worried about. Fortunately, the magnet that they use is actually fairly strong, so it does hold up very well inside the actual package. Now, we're taking a look again now at the right arm. Again, very similar, very minute differences, but pretty much the same. Not too hard to figure out. I definitely see, again, all the texture work and the detail. The black undersuit, and then with kind of a matte black for the armor itself. Very well done, very well sculpted. Again, also magnetic. And in that box, here is the basically the main piece. The reason why most folks picked up the premium edition, I picked up the premium because Queen Studios did a wonderful job with the rooted hair Joker for Heath Ledger, which I also have. And this is, of course, the Christian Bale version. With this version, his hair is a bit more close cropped. It's actually, I believe it was pre-styled before leaving the factory. there were some stray hairs, which I just basically kind of wiped down with my finger to, kind of get it a little bit back in place. But the rooted hair is done very well. The head sculpt itself, the head is not made out of polystone. And I think it's made of a slightly softer material, which is why it's lighter. But I think that's also the reason why they were able to either hole punch it or do what they needed to do to make it look the way it does. Honestly, it's almost got the same look as a sculpted hair, but when you look closer, you see the individual strands. There's some few loose pieces, just like a normal hair would, and it looks amazing. The head sculpt itself is very well done. The painting, the skin, you're actually seeing this in natural light. Fortunately, we have a good sunny day here in Seattle, and it reflected very well. And there you can see Christian Bale's eyes. Very well done. They did a great job on the skin. Just a slight shadowing for his face. And in some shots, the lips can look a little bit red, but I think that's all based on the lighting. Here, of course, turning around, taking a look at more of that rooted hair, and as you can see, it is amazingly well done, and easily, I think, for me, they one of the nice things I like about Queen Studios is that they always try to seek feedback from the fans, and I know they adjusted the head sculpt a little bit. Some might say it's not 100%. For me, it's 100% Christian Bale. There we go. Again, it's just absolutely amazing. I believe half scale, they're going to do one as well. I can't even imagine what those details might be on a silicon head. Moving along, and these pieces here are actually the front pieces that go onto the base, which gives the base a bit of a kind of a Batmobile motif to it. So these are the front pieces. They're also held in by magnets. And then pretty soon you'll see the base itself. And the base, of course, is also polystone. And as you can see here, kind of doing a top shot, it is fairly long and wide. It is definitely longer by about 2-3 inches than a Detolf base. Wider than the Detolf base by at least about an inch or two as well. I was hoping that it would have fit in the Detolf, so then that way I wouldn't have to dust as often. But I might have to use some sort of canned air or something to dust it every now and then instead of keeping it just in the Detolf. The base itself, again, is made of polystone, so it's very heavy. Here you can see the Dark Knight trilogy, Quinn Studios, Batman. And it looks like it's actually number 242 out of 700. So a nice low number. Thanks again, and I actually ended up getting my piece from Primo Collectibles, who also has an awesome YouTube channel for reviews, and they are a wonderful distributor as well. They're not an official distributor because they're not in America, so you do have to pay some import taxes, but completely worth it. They ship via DHL, and have not failed me. This is my second order through them. I originally ordered the Queen Studios Rooted Hair Joker. Now, these are the side/back pieces, again, that kind of complete the rest of the base look to make it look a little bit like the tumbler. Definitely a very kind of Batman feel to it. It's got a good weight. It's also made of polystone, also magnetically connected to the base itself. As you can see here, the painting is amazing. Very well done. It definitely looks like kind of worn metal. No plastic whatsoever in the statue. The whole statue is very weighty. It's got a very good solid quality feel to it. Here is the base with both side pieces and the front kind of bumpers, and as you can see, it's got a semi-tumbler kind of a look to it. Looks amazing. Great paint details, good angles, nice wear and tear. Amazing. Very well done. And I think the base is at least maybe 10 to 16 pounds. It's definitely got a good weight to it. It's definitely very concentrated in its weight. Here we've got the actual main polystone Batman body. It actually ships this way, where the cape is covering the front of the body. So I kept it that way just so you could see some of the details on the body itself, or at least from the back. Again, very good, nice details. course, you got the utility belt. Here's the front piece, adding the arms, adding the Batman cowl. And again, there's that, as you can see in the shots, with the kind of vertical angle, if you're holding an iPhone, it elongates the head just a bit, which makes it look a little odd. Here it is back in the more horizontal view for the camera lens, and as you can see, it doesn't elongate the body at all. Now from this angle, it does look like the body is a little skinny, but once you get kind of a front view, it's fine. Again, you can definitely tell the different materials. It's very well done. The underbody suit has more of a kind of a darker, richer black, still textured. And then the upper kind of body armor Kevlar panels are a bit more of a kind of a matte black, a little bit of gray. Here's a closer look at the cowl itself and the face. And as you can see in some shots, the lips don't look as red. So right now, this is with the kind of natural sunlight coming through, and it definitely did not make the lips to kind of look like you had blush or lipstick on. And I know in some shots online, that's kind of what it looks like. But overall, wonderful job. And it does have a nice commanding presence with a 1/3 scale. Now, I know a lot of people are comparing this statue to Prime 1's version of their 1/3. And their 1/3 scale is definitely larger, but it's actually not quite to scale. The Queen Studios version is definitely closer to real life. The Prime 1's 1/3 measurements are a little exaggerated, which can be good or bad. The good part is it does have more of a presence. Of course, it's definitely not as accurate, especially if you're trying to kind of mix different company lines for 1/3 scale. I'm actually going to be mixing this with the 1/3 Joker from J&D Studios, and also the 1/3 Anne Hathaway Catwoman, also from J&D Studios, as far as the collection. The cape itself, it's not too bad. It's pretty well done. I do need to kind of lightly steam it to get some of the wrinkles out. Is it the best? Is it better than a custom cape? I would definitely say no. But I think for what you're paying, I was hoping for a little thicker of a material. But overall, I do appreciate the way it drapes. It drapes very well. I think it'll look even better once I go ahead and actually kind of do a little steam iron. Again, I'm kind of pointing out the kind of the textured undercoat or the undersuit itself. As you can see here, it looks amazing. Of course, the body panels, for its armored, of course, will deflect small gunfire, but definitely not small knives or fangs. Again, there's that hand hooked up to the rest of the body by a magnet. Again, more of each kind of Kevlar body plate piece is more of a kind of a matte black versus the darker rich black of the undersuit. Belt itself looks pretty decent as well, of course not removable. And upcoming here you'll see some more shots, but this time of the Christian Bale unmasked cowl version. And if you look at some of the shots of the head, it definitely looks as if his head is a little too long, and I think it's just really literally just the lens. But in some shots like this, it looks really nice. You can definitely see the detail. Amazing. And here is the, again, back to a horizontal view, and as you can see, that face, once it gets centered, isn't as elongated as it looks in the vertical shots. Apologize a bit for the kind of random quick zoom. Just focusing through the body. Again, I do have to kind of steam iron that cape, get some of those wrinkles out. But there's that amazing head sculpt. Sorry about that again. And there is that rooted hair, and it looks amazing. Now, is it as good as, say, a half scale? Definitely not, but for a 1/3 scale, it does look amazing for edition size of 700. Again, 500 for worldwide, 200 only for China. It's got a great presence to it as well. The only thing I wish is I wish Queen Studios had released a version, or at least an extra pair of arms, or an arm that's maybe holding an empty cowl. That would be amazing. If somebody were to make one aftermarket, I definitely would definitely order that, just to be able to pose the unmasked Christian Bale Batman with one of his hands holding his cowl. I think that would look amazing. Again, thankfully in natural light, the painting looks just right. It's not too dark, it's not too pale, it's just about right. Apologize for my finger there, just covering the camera lens just a little bit. And there we go, zooming in. Again on that face sculpt. Amazing, amazing. And here is, again, the unmasked version, which is the way I'll be basically showcasing this statue. And at the bottom, which is a little odd, but we'll be showing the cowled version on top of the extra display stand, which also does come if you pick up the premium or the deluxe version of this statue. Of course, all versions are now sold out on Queen Studios, so you probably have to go to a third-party reseller like, say, Prima Collectibles, possibly Spec Fiction. I know Big Bad Studios is already sold out, so I know this piece just looks amazing. It's got great presence, and I believe for most collectors will definitely be one of their grails, and it's definitely mine, especially when it's paired up with the Heat Leather Joker that you can see in the background. In fact, I'm going to put him just beneath him in that frame there. I'm ecstatic. I ordered this back in 2020 and was very, very happy. I mean, basically as soon as they announced it, once I got my Heath Ledger Joker in June or July of last year was when I got mine. I knew I had to have a Christian Bale Batman to partner with it, and I'm glad they took the time and Queen Studios listened to the fans and made the alterations. I know they beefed out the body just a little bit, and also of course changed some of the sculpting of the head. Alright everyone, this brings us up to the end of the video. Again, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. I do have some other pieces that I'm still waiting for to arrive between this year and next year, and I can't wait to have those reviewed and shown up for you.